Hey guys, how's it going today? Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different, so we are going to start off with recapping the things that I've been working on. So to start off today, we started building some defenses over here. Basically, this area had been getting attacked quite a lot, so I didn't want anything else to happen over here. Plus, our power is down over here, so you never want something to happen to that. So after we finish this little building project here, we are going to go say hello to our neighbors. And I don't think they like it very much because, I kind of destroyed their homes. So that would kind of make someone upset at you, which it does at them because they decide to attack me. After that, I take all of the valuables that they left behind at those homes that I destroyed. And this stuff is quite useful, so we're able to use this for science and a few other things, including health packs, so thank you guys for leaving that behind. Then we work on upgrading all of our modules and the furnaces because they didn't work fast enough for me, so we have to make sure we're getting a little bit more copper output, so that's what we're doing here, just upgrading all of the furnaces, and I've been working on upgrading all of the modules. After that, we get to working on the turbines, which we needed to finish still, so we start placing those down, and basically just needed to finish this up so that when that CME comes, we are going to be fully ready to defend against it. So we finished that off, and what turbines I did not have in my inventory at the time, the bots ended up finishing later. After that, I put down pipes, and more pipes, and more pipes. We want to make sure that our throughput is good, so I just have to continue putting down as many pipes into as many slots as possible. So we finished that off, and then we fixed this little issue over here that I hadn't even noticed, which would have prevented our switch from turning the entire thing on when the CME hits. And then, of course, we have to finish off with yet even more pipes. So we do this entire row here, and then after this row, we drop down a level and we finish off the row below it, which I don't end up showing here. But basically, we just want as good of throughput as possible, so that's what I'm trying to do here. Then we finally get to putting down the umbrella, which kills the power for half a second before it's charged, but it should be ready to go as soon as that CME hits us. And then we headed up to our spaceship, we grabbed a bunch of materials, and we launched to go to Keone orbit. And this is to finish off the Cryonite build from last episode, so we are bringing quite a lot of things with us. And the plan is to use the capsule to launch from our ship down to the surface, and then back to our ship. And then we'll fly back to Novice orbit. So this is part of the reason that I wanted this, was so that we could do quick little trips like this, which this trip ended up going quite well. Once we arrived, then we were able to launch, as I said, with our capsule down to the surface, which was very quick. Here we are. And after landing, we quickly got to the task of working on our building project that we had not quite finished last time. So we fly over and our bots quickly begin building the rest of the pipes that we had missed. So that went quite smoothly. After this, we have to finish off all of the production of steam power, and we also need to fix all of the actual power because a meteorite had struck our power grid. So we head over, our bots quickly start fixing all of the damage that the meteorite had done. And then we head over, and we want to prevent that again, so we head over and we put some meteor defense installations in. And we brought a ton of ammo, which hopefully will last us a while. We aren't automating it quite yet, sending it at least. And so at this point, we're just going to be using all of the ammo that we brought. After that, we finally get everything working. We connect up things that were not quite connected. We finish off the steam. And finally, our whole setup starts working. We put modules into all of the furnaces so that they can work a little bit more efficiently. And we can get a little bit more out of the oil that we bring. Then it was time to deal with the output. And so we quickly ran some belts over for our rocket. And so that's for all of our Cryonite belts. And as you can see here, we're quickly using up the Cryonite that's left in this warehouse, so we'll be able to reuse this warehouse for the rods here very shortly. That is the goal at the moment. So we're going to plan to put one down here, and then we're going to finish running these belts on over. And as you can see, we are finally getting cryonite rod production, which is something that we have been lacking now basically since we first originally made our cryonite processing. And then all these signals need to be fixed here because it was originally based off of cryonite, and now it needs to be based off of the rods. So we quickly increase the values here a little bit. It's not going to be the full 250 slots that we have allotted because we're going to be bringing back some sand, and we're going to be bringing back some empty barrels. So we need to make sure that there's a little bit of room left over for those inside of our cargo rocket silo after we had already put the rods in. So we changed those, and things are looking good here. We finally finish up using all the cryonite that was left in that warehouse. So we're now able to start loading our cryonite into our warehouse here. So we start doing that, and that is going swimmingly. Then we figure out the inserting process into our cargo rocket silo. So we are finally getting cryonite rods into our cargo rocket silo, and you can see they stack in 200s instead. Then we do a bit of cleanup because we had finally used up all of the cryonite that had originally been inside the warehouse that was ready to be loaded into the rocket. So now we can connect them back to the miners. And so our main process is now using cryonite directly from the miners again. Then we prepare to send heavy oil over in a delivery launch system. And that is pretty much it for our time here. So we head back. All right, guys. So after the cryonite planet, as you saw, we set up a chest in order to get the delivery cannon sent there. But that means we also need to set up the delivery cannon. So we're going to set that up over here. I don't really know if there's like a better place to do this. It's kind of like in the middle of everything right now. So we're going to put it here for now. And, you know, as always, these things may move later. But we are going to request a heavy oil barrel. And I've already removed all of these barrels from our rocket silo over here. And we are currently waiting on this rocket silo because we would like to head over to Keone. I need to boost the power there, so we would go with this and then come back. And we also would like to hook up the sand output as well so that we're transporting sand back here to deal with it. That way it doesn't overload there. But we have a couple things that we're going to do while we're waiting for the rest of these rocket parts. The first is, if we come over here and we look at this delivery cannon capsule heavy oil barrel, you'll see it'll send 10 heavy oil per capsule. And we need to select a location over here. So let's type in Keone, come here, go to Keone, and then we can choose the coordinates. So we are going to choose right here. I don't know if it chooses, I assume that chooses right on the middle of the little white cross. So we're gonna put it right there. And then the only other thing you'll notice is that we need these delivery cannon capsules. So if we, let's see where we can fit another assembler. But we are going to need to make those. So if we come over here, here is the delivery cannon capsule. You'll see we have almost everything except we do not have any explosives made. And I guess just limit that to 1, I don't know. And we'll also request delivery cannon capsules here. So we need to also make explosives, which are somewhere. Let's see, explosives, here we go. All right, so it's coal, sulfur, and water. So that should be pretty straightforward. And we don't need like anything crazy doing this. So we're actually just gonna do 1 for the moment. And we can, of course, as always, increase this later, but this just needs to be a one-off right now. So we are going to make that. And let's see, I've been trying to module everything as well. So we're gonna module this like this. And then we're gonna limit the output to 1 stack of explosives. And this should be requesting explosives. Good, it is. And this should start working here. Wonderful. Okay, so that is explosives. The next thing that we need to do, we are, as I've said before, we need to be working on increasing our plate output, especially for copper. Copper is hurting hardcore, but so is steel here. And in order to increase all this production, we would like, excuse me, to start using molten iron and molten copper, and then we'll be able to do things like making steel ingots out of molten iron and coke, and then it's all just much more efficient. But in order to do that, we are of course going to need to start getting vulcanite and then processing vulcanite, which means we need to go to yet another planet. I don't want to set that up just yet. That'll probably be next episode. But what we can do in the meantime is we are going to be working towards this production science. And as I noted last time, we need plasma stream. And so let's just look at plasma stream. That needs lithium. Now, that is not the only thing that needs lithium that we're going to have to make in the near future. Another thing that we're going to have to make are somewhere these lithium sulfur batteries. So we're definitely going to need lithium. So let's look at lithium. And lithium is lithium chloride, which is here, and water. So water is no big deal. And then this is mineral water and hydrogen chloride. Now we're already making hydrogen chloride, so that shouldn't be an issue. But we do need mineral water. And thankfully, we do have a patch of 16 million mineral water here. And we also have another patch of 16 million mineral water there. We have a little bit up there. And I don't think we have anything closer. We have this one down here, I guess. But we're going to, I think, head to this one right here in the... Or maybe this one, because it's kind of like straight up from our track here, so we can easily do an offshoot. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to grab materials, and we are going to head up there, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we are. We are going to work on getting our rails up there. So we have our rail book here, and let's see. We actually, oops, that's not what I want to do. We have, here we go. This is what we want, a T-junction. And this looks like it should work just fine. All right, there we go. And I think we have an extra signal, an extra 2 signals in here that were there before. And then we are just going to, there we go, some nice straight rails. We are just gonna head straight up here. And this is also good because we're gonna be, whoops, that's not what I want to do. We are going to be walking right by a copper patch that we actually probably will tap here in the near future, because our initial starting copper patch is running pretty low, and so we are gonna want to outpost some copper here. But okay, so here's the mineral water, and I think that we can do like a little short rail maybe up here, and maybe one more short rail. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, here's the mineral water. And so we're gonna just do another T-junction off of this. So we'll do this. And then with this T-junction, oh, it looks like it was maybe intersecting our old rail. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Let's see if we can do this again. There we go. And then from here, this is the one that's coming out. But we're just gonna kind of have them merge together. There we go. There we go. All right, and then we can come right up here. And we don't need to make this thing anything crazy. We're just gonna have one train doing this because we don't need a ton of mineral water. We just need a little bit. And it looks like I forgot to bring a train stop, but that's okay. So we'll put our train stop here, and then we'll clear the debris. And these little like weird looking cracks in the surface are the mineral water. So I brought 6 mineral water pumps. We do not need, like I said, we do not need a ton of mineral water. There's only a few things that actually use it. This is a Krastorio 2 specific item. So it's only Krastorio 2 things that are going to need it, as far as I know. I could be wrong about that. Okay, there we go. And then let's bring this up here. And then we are going to put some pumps here. And we are going to put 1 tank and 2 tanks directly up against those pumps. There we go. And we are going to power all of this stuff. Nice little power pole there to hit those 2. Okay. And then we are just going to hook it up to our main power. And there we go. We are getting mineral water. So we will send a train up here very shortly to get this, and we'll call it mineral water pickup. There we go. And maybe we can do like a cool blue color. That's a cool blue color. All right. That's more like purple, isn't it? It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, that's blue. That's close enough. Okay, so that's mineral water. Very cool. And as I said, we will send a train up here shortly. Actually, just want to do this real fast. I don't know why there would be another train in here since we're only going to have 1. But let's signal it properly. There we go. Okay, so we're going to fly back down, and then we are going to work on making those lithium salts. And while we're flying, we can take a look at that recipe. Or lithium chloride, I guess it's called. So we need hydrogen chloride with this, and it takes 5 seconds. So that doesn't seem like too long of a time. This, on the other hand, takes 25 seconds and 5 lithium chloride. So this one definitely takes a while. So we're going to first start by setting up the lithium chloride recipe. And I think we can set it up right here. So we're going to set up as much of this as we can, and let's move that for the time being. Okay, so this needs 2 different liquid inputs, so we need to separate them by 1 square so that we have room for everything. We'll just do 2 to start. So we'll do it like this. And we will connect these up. There we go, and connect these up. Okay, so then this is lithium chloride, and then we are going to output this, and I think it just outputs 1 at a time. Oh, it outputs 5 at a time. Oh, cool. All right, that should be fine. We can do stack inserters then. All right, very cool. And then let's extend this just a little bit and put 1 power pole there. And then we are going to need a decent amount of lithium chloride as far as I know. I mean, it's only used in a couple things, but I think we'll end up using the lithium pretty quickly. That plasma stream that we need for our science is actually used in a bunch of things. So we'll do, I don't know, that seems like a lot, but that might not even, I don't know. Better to go big than not big enough, right? This is Factorio after all. Okay, so let's get rid of these. And then we do need to have yet another station coming in. So we can actually have our station come maybe right here. And let's see. Oh yeah, again, I didn't craft a station, but I will craft another one. There we go, station. Okay, so then we can come look up over here. And let's get this color, 32, 255. Okay, because I like having the same colors. So 32, 255. All right, so that is going to be this one here. We'll just rename this one drop. Okay, and that they both should be correctly labeled now. They are. And then we just need to hook this into the main line. So let us do that. And looks like it's going to get a little messy in here with all of these other rails. But that's okay. So let's see this. Let's get rid of this and this tree. And then we're going to just hook in going this way right now. We don't need to hook in going both directions. So let's see. If we signal this properly, this one is going to be like this and like this. And then this one is going to be a chain signal going because it's going across a rail. This one is also going to be a chain signal. This is going to be regular signals. There we go. And like that. Let's actually leave this one here, and then this one will get chained to this one. So that, because this really isn't big enough for a train to sit here. So we'll, yeah, we'll make sure a train does not cross here when it shouldn't be crossing there. Okay, great. So that is now properly signaled. We have our lithium chloride machine set up. Now we need to set up the piping for it. So let us hook this up. So that is our hydrogen chloride. And now we need to set up the mineral water. Now over here, we'll set up storage, or let's set up the pumps first. So out and out, and then storage tank, move this. Storage tank, we'll put it right here. There we go. And then we will hook these up. And let's see, where's a good place to output? Right here, I think. Okay. So then all that remains is the train. So let me go grab the pieces of the train, and then I'll be right back. I just switched this on, so we should now be firing to, oh shoot, looks like we're hovering around the brink of power, so I'm gonna have to add more power because this takes 50 megawatts, which, geez, that is loud, holy crap. Gotta wear hearing aids around that thing. Or like, what are those like that you wear when you got like loud construction or whatever going on, like those earmuffs. Got to wear those around that thing. Anyways, as you'll see, we are now firing over heavy oil, and you'll see over here that the barrels are arriving successfully, and that it has set everything to work again, which is awesome. Love to see that. So we are gonna have to, as I said before, we are gonna have to head over here very soon. Just to finish up a few little things with the automation. But that looks good. I'm very, very happy with that, and we'll increase our power production here again to meet that need of the 50 megawatts for that thing. But yeah, I just need to finish grabbing this for our, we just need one wagon. There we go. All right. So this is going to finish off our mineral water. So let's come up here. There we go. One wagon. There we are. And so we can finally do requester chests for these, which is so nice. And I know that we can do regular like fuel for these, but I think I'm gonna stop doing regular fuel because the regular fuel is you get like a speed bonus, and I don't like, or sorry, not a speed bonus. You get a speed penalty, actually. It's a 10% speed penalty, and I do not like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to request solid rocket fuel for these bad boys. And so we're going to hopefully use that instead. And then we're going to set up our route, which is going to be pickup. And that pickup is going to be full cargo, and drop is going to be empty cargo. Very easy. So this should get going here pretty quickly. I just want to make sure that I have some fuel in both. I mean, surely that's enough, right? So we're going to switch that to automatic. That is going to head off. And as soon as it gets back, we should have lithium chloride being made. And then that means that finally we just need to make lithium. So let's look at this one more time, and that is just adding water to it. So that is super easy. So we just need some of these electrolysis plants. So I'm gonna go grab those electrolysis plants, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, our mineral water did indeed arrive, and we now are making lithium chloride, which is awesome. And I am just finishing up crafting 6 electrolysis plants. So I did not bother automating these because I don't think we're going to need that many more of them besides like these processes here. And where is the closest water line? Not actually sure. It's let's look. Let's look in satellite mode where we can actually see what's going on. Okay, so here's a water line, and we may just be able to steal from this water line and pull it right across. That's what we're gonna do. Very nice. Okay, so here is, we're gonna do the input on this side, I think. Let's see, and is there a better place to put this? No, we're gonna put it here because it's kind of expandable over here. We just need to make sure that we can do our inputs correctly. So let's look at this. So we need pipes like this, and then we're gonna have the belt of lithium chloride running like this, and we'll do a fast inserter here. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh, and I didn't realize it outputs chlorine. Interesting. So the question then becomes, what are we going to do with that extra chlorine? Because this thing is already balanced. Well, we do need chlorine over here. So it feels like kind of a waste to get rid of it. But I think we're just gonna burn off the chlorine because, well, I suppose we can just hook it into our chlorine line. I mean, what can that possibly hurt, right? So we'll hook it into our chlorine line. That is fine. We'll do that. Okay, so this is chlorine here. There we go. And let's see, this can hook up to chlorine there. All right, that is chlorine output handled, I guess. And then we just need to handle the other output, which is our actual lithium. Very cool. And then we're gonna copy this once, put it here, switch the nearness of that, and then we're gonna power it, and then we're gonna copy this 2 more times. Very cool. And looks like the power doesn't quite reach. That's fine. All right, and then that means that we just need to hopefully not have our train move while we're there. Because that would be bad. Can we actually stretch this the whole direction? Yes, we can. Very nice. And then that's going to come down right here. All right, so that is the lithium chloride coming in correctly. And now the last thing that we need to do is hook up this water line. Let's come over here. And where's a good location to do that? I guess off of this one. So let's go here. And let's just drag this across. And of course the track was right in the way. That's fine though. All right, and that is water. And all these should start working. And I think that we can speed them up a little bit. So we're gonna do this. All right, and one last one. There we go. Okay, so we are now making lithium, which is good news because, and here is our lithium coming out down here. And I think that for now, we're just gonna put this in a passive provider, honestly. We don't need to do anything insane with this. Let's move it 1 tile further just because of the power. There we go. And let's see, how much do we want to make? I guess 1 row of lithium. I don't know. It's all just guesswork. All right, so lithium. I don't know what I was going to look at. We do need to make, as I said at the beginning of the episode, at some point, these lithium sulfur batteries. But what we can do now actually is work on making something else that we need to make with our mineral water, which is going to be used for a couple things, and that is nitric acid. So for nitric acid, we need ammonia, mineral water, and rare metals. Now, What is ammonia, you might ask? Well, that is ammonia. That is hydrogen and nitrogen. So, if we look over here, we are indeed making hydrogen. And it looks like we're going to have to fix these circuits here now, because we don't want to be burning off hydrogen unless it's full and chlorine is full. And is that right? Or no, unless it's empty and chlorine is full and vice versa. Yeah, that's right, because then we can't make more, because we are relying on this to output evenly chlorine and hydrogen. So what that means is, oh yeah, and then for the nitrogen, nitrogen can be made in these atmospheric condensers. So that part is easy, at least. But what nitric acid is used for, nitric acid, one of the things in particular that we're going to need very shortly here is this, which is fertilizer. And that is biomatter and nitric acid. And what fertilizer is used for is a better wood recipe. So the basic wood recipe is 800 water for 2 minutes, gives you 20 wood. And then the one that we've been using the entire time is 10 sand, 200 water, and for 60 seconds gives you 40 wood. But if you add a little bit of water and some fertilizer to that, you get twice as much wood. So since you can't actually speed these up, as far as I know, you can do modules, I guess. But I don't know if beacons affect these. They used to not affect them, and I don't know what the answer to that is at this moment. It could be that they do now affect greenhouses. But using fertilizer is going to be a better way of doing that. And then that also means that we're going to have to automate biomatter, which is petroleum gas and oxygen in a biolab, and that makes 5 biomatter. So we do need to do that one at some point as well, even though I think that picking up biomatter is a little bit easier. It does eventually run out, and then you have to go pick up more. So that's worth automating just a little bit, especially since the biomatter is used in that fertilizer. Again, those are Krastorio things. But we can start by making this ammonia this episode. I don't know if we'll get all the way through to nitric acid, but we can at least begin. So, ammonia. Let's see. We're going to make it right over here. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Let's do inputs on the left-hand side here. All right, so we need ammonia. And we're going to do these. They do need to be one square apart because of the inputs, not the outputs. So we can do output like that. Input is going to be like this. And I just like doing this because it makes connecting them up way easier. All right, that is that. And we'll do, let's see, how many of these do we want to do? Honestly, this is probably enough. But let's do, oops. And then I do it wrong. Let's do one more just because. I think that this is way too much ammonia, but again, it's Factorio. You might as well make more than you need. Okay. And I know some of you have suggested to use Hellmod and things like that. I think those things are great. I like doing things like this where you just make enough to satisfy your needs and hopefully more. Okay, so let's see. We need to do nitrogen, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these, or how am I going to do it? I'm going to copy these, put them over here, because we do have these in storage, so our bots will build them. Let's see. And then once they get built, then I'm going to switch over the recipe to be nitrogen instead of oxygen. All right, so we'll connect these up. Uh-oh, something was destroyed. On Keone. Oh, no. Our... Oh, excuse me. The dangers of using a a delivery cannon system is that sometimes you miss, and things like this happen. Oh boy, but at least we're gonna go over there soon, and we can clean it up. Oh my god, and it's just, oh, it's because it's full. Oh my god. Is there a way to like automate that? Well, I did not know that. I thought it would just stop firing when it was full. Alright, we need to fly over and stop this thing from firing like right now. Stop it. Okay, that's really funny. I did not know that that was a thing. Alright, so we learned something new today, and we're gonna go fix it soon anyways, so no big deal. Alright, so what we were doing was changing these recipes and deleting all the oxygen out of here. Okay, and let's see. There we go, we've got all of them hooked up. So we now have nitrogen, and holy crap, these things make a lot of nitrogen. 475, wow. Okay, and then that means that we just need hydrogen. So let's come down here, and we're gonna move this so we can get to our pipes here. Okay, and then, let's see, we need our hydrogen pipe. Oh, nice, perfect. There we go, that's hydrogen, and that is ammonia. Very nice. And we'll make a full tank of that, there's no reason not to. Which means that, like I said, we just need to work on this signaling here, I think. Let's see, so we're gonna have a pump like this, and we're gonna need some decider combinators. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. I think we need 2 for each of them, actually. So let's request some copper just because. Okay. So what we need to do is we only want to burn off hydrogen when hydrogen is almost full and there is no chlorine left. Okay. So we're gonna do. Actually, we need 3, I think, per. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say. If chlorine, where is chlorine? There it is. Chlorine is like less than 100, let's say. So super, super low, right? And we're going to output 1 green. And we also want hydrogen to be like greater than 24,900, like 75. Oops, that's supposed to be 24,975. So basically an insanely high level of hydrogen. How much does this output? 20. Oh, so we actually need to be like 281. So basically higher than the threshold to start making more hydrogen. And an incredibly low count of chlorine. Or this might even be, yeah, we want a low count of chlorine. Then and only then, so when green is exactly equal to 2, will we output 1 green. So let's see, this is hooked up to this, and then these are hooked up here, and this is hooked up here. Oh wait, we don't need to do that, we just can do it here actually. Ha! Okay, this this is green is exactly equal to 2. Perfect. So that is that. And then we are basically going to copy this right over here. Let's see. And we're going to do another flare stack. And then we're basically just going to switch these. So this one's going to be chlorine. And this one is going to be hydrogen. Okay, and then we are going to output basically the exact opposite. So when green is exactly equal to 2, there we go. And let's power it up. This should not be burning right now. Why is it burning off? Okay, stop that. Why is it burning this off? Oh, because I didn't hook up the input signals, that's why. All right, so this is here, and again, this is here. Okay, it still should not be less than 100. I am very confused. All right, let's stop burning off our precious chlorine and figure out why this is happening. So our input signals here. Oh, less than 2. I selected the wrong thing there. That's why. Okay, so this is probably just burning off what was left in the pump. And you can see that the pump is no longer pumping, so that looks correct now. Okay, I was so confused there, but it was just because I had selected the incorrect condition here. But okay, everything is hooked up now. These things are not burning off like they should be. And then when one of these gets too low and the other gets way too high, right, it'll start burning one or the other off just a little. It won't be very much. But yeah, so that is ammonia. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. So next time, what we are going to do is we are going to work on probably finishing up nitric acid. And then we are also going to head on over to Keone to finally finish up actually automating cryonite rods. We've like got the production stuff down, but we haven't automated this rocket transporting back and forth. So we're going to head over there so that we can finally button that up. And then we are going to come back over here. We're going to finish up nitric acid, and then we are going to work on starting our production chain and whatnot for vulcanite, because we need vulcanite so that we can make some awesome smelting plants for iron, copper, and steel. That is all going to have to happen in the next and following episodes. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it today. If you did, please leave a like, and it'd be awesome if you could subscribe as well. And I'll see you all on the next episode.